let's do the famous intro chord. That's a G7 suspended 4. Now when you hear that chord, you know what's coming next. F form at the first position, first fret, right there, F, A, and C. Third finger or ring finger is on the D string. Second finger is on the second fret on the G string, and then on the first fret on the B string, and then, but it's a good idea to get used to holding that down, okay, when you're doing this type of chord, or an F chord at all. Okay, so F, that's an F chord, but we've got a G note down here, high G at the third fret with the pinky, and then we're going to come up with a thumb for a G note up at the top on the low E string. Gives us that chord right there. It's a G7 suspended 4. Okay. Now, our next chord, or once we get into the song, is a G chord, textbook G. Okay. You got a second finger up at the low E string on the third fret, first finger on the second fret on the A string at the second fret, and then you have two fingers down here on the third fret on the B and the high E string. Okay, that's a textbook G chord. C add 9. Keep your fingers here on the fretboard. Move these two fingers down by one string. So now you're down here. You've got your second finger on the A string at the third fret, and then you've got your first finger now on the D string at the second fret now. It's a C add 9. I'm strumming that from the A string. Okay, that's your C add 9 chord. Now your F chord, as we talked about before, is going to be like this. F, A, C, and F. Just like that. Frets 3, 2, and 1 for an F. Okay, we're also going to do a D chord, which is a basic textbook D chord. You've got your ring finger on the B string at the third fret, your second finger on the second fret on the high E string, and on the G string you have your first finger at the second fret. And you strum that from the A. Normally you strum your D chord from the A note because it sounds better. You want to avoid the low E string. Okay, now we're going to have to move to a little bit more difficult chord. We have a B minor 7. Like that. It's going to be made by going to your second fret and barring that fret, starting with the A string down. And then you're going to come in with your second finger on the B string at the third fret, and then your third finger is going to go to the D string at the fourth fret. That's a B minor 7. After that one, you're going to need an E minor, which is fairly easy. Two fingers, take your middle and ring finger, put it on the second fret on the A and the D string. And you can strum all the strings on that one. E minor. The last two chords will be fingered the same. They're going to be a C ninth, like this, and a D ninth. Like we're at the third fret. Most of our fingers are on the third fret except for this first finger here, and it's going to be on the D string at the second fret. Everything else we're going to bring on the third fret on the A string, second finger to the A string, third finger down here to the G string, and my pinky's going to go down here on the B string. I'm muting the low E string, kind of touching that so that it doesn't sound. Okay, watch this. Now, see how that sounds? If I let those E's sound, so I need to mute those. Thumb's going to go down until it barely touches the string. And then you get that, and this finger is barely touching the high E string. That's something guitar players develop over time. They learn how to mute notes so they don't need and isolate to get notes that they want. Okay, so that's your C ninth. You're going to raise that a whole step for your D ninth. Back to G, and then your song ends. Okay?